Hey you guys, it is Tip Tuesday. It's Tip Tuesday. So today's tip is support because life change does not happen overnight. That's my Facebook page. I am going to flip the camera around and show you that I'm still in my pajamas because it has been a very busy morning for me. I have been on call after call this morning, and I have been on, I'm going to go outside because I like it out there, and we've been actually watching the deer prance across our front yard this morning, which is kind of cool and awesome that we have nature and wildlife here in Connecticut. And my umbrella is not up this morning. So hi everyone, happy Tip Tuesday. It is a beautiful sunshiny day here in Western Connecticut. We have 9 days left before we have to go back to school. And I, for one, am extremely excited about that. I'm not sure how excited my kids are, but I'm super excited about it. The Connecticut kids go back to school tomorrow, so we wish them all a very happy back to school day tomorrow. We are going to go spend our last day with them down at the lake. We're going to do some paddleboarding and swimming and ping-ponging and all the stuff that they do. Hello, Jackie. How are you today? I was just saying we have deer in our front yard. The kids have been watching the deer all morning eat my flowers. It makes me very sad, but they're super cute. We had a little Bambi with white spots on her. That was my morning. Yeah, it's super cute. They're adorable. Except when they're eating my hydrangeas and then I want to shoot them. Sorry. So, Tip Tuesday, all about making changes. And you are talking to someone who is right in the middle of all kinds of change making. There is a lot happening here at Why Am I Yelling? And I was actually just on the phone with a fellow mom entrepreneur, and she is a certified sleep therapist. And what she does is she helps you get your babies to go to sleep. And I probably needed her 10 years ago when I had Wyatt, but she was only like 20 years old then, so that would have been impossible. And so we were talking about, she has recently taken the leap to becoming a full-time entrepreneur and, you know, expanding her business. And she wanted to know how I was doing it because she has been seeing me a lot online and she's watching my presence grow. And so I said to her, I'm going to be perfectly honest. I have only been doing this for approximately a year. And I've really only been focused on, you know, the online world for the last, gosh, I don't even know, Jackie, since June, right? Like heavily since June. And so when I really think about it, it's like, holy crap, it's only really been like 2, maybe 2.5 months that June, right? June, July, August. So it's been 3 months, that I've been doing this, like, with this kind of presence, like periscoping all the time and doing, you know, multiple daily posts on all the social media platforms. And I'm actually taking a social media training right now that I just paused on my computer because I'm super into it. And one of the biggest messages that I'm getting out of all of the stuff that I've been doing is that change happens every day. Sometimes it's expected, sometimes it's unexpected, sometimes it's at your hands, sometimes it's not at your hands. And having patience and having an open mind and the ability to kind of go with the flow or be able to embrace and make change happen is how you're going to be successful. And I find that to be pretty much in every single aspect of life. It doesn't have to be, you know, directed towards somebody who's an entrepreneur. It doesn't have to be directed towards somebody who is a parent. It really, it's for everybody. It's for my kids. It's for the adults in your life. I have always been a big proponent of change. I love change. I love when stuff is getting mixed up and when there's new stuff being introduced to me or whatever. Like, I embrace it. I've always embraced it. It's like, okay, I remember I would sit at work and we would get like a new directive coming down from above, and it's like, okay, this is good, this is changing, and that's changing, and so many people would be scared. What does that mean? And I would always be like, who knows? I mean, what's the worst that could happen? You're not going to die. You're not going to, like, you might get reorganized into a different position. You might actually lose your job, and then, you know what? Go out and find something you truly love to do, because quite honestly, not any of us really love our jobs when we're working for somebody else. I hate to say that, but it's probably pretty true. So change for me has always been good. Even when I was a kid, I always wanted to travel, and I wanted to go places, and I wanted to do things, and I wanted to go to college, and I wanted to like physically leave my state and go away. I wanted to experience like life. And I think I live my life pretty much like that all the time. I'm all about trying new things and going to new places and experiencing new friends and, new cultures and new food and all that kind of stuff. I love it. I think change is so necessary in our lives and should be embraced and should not be feared. And I think that's part of why I am doing what I do for parents, because it's hard to make the change from non-parent to parent. And then it's hard to make the change every single day around what kind of parent you're going to be and how you're going to parent. And so if you get up in the morning, this is what I do every single morning. This is not a lie. I get up every morning, except this morning because I was up at 2:00 this morning putting anti-itch hydrocortisone on Wyatt's mosquito bites, so then I couldn't fall back to sleep, and then I finally fell back to sleep around 5:30, and then my whole morning got all fucked up, but whatever. Typically I'm awake by around 6:30, and I get up and I go to my chair or my quiet place in my house, and I write my daily affirmations. And you might think I'm a little hokey for doing it, but I do it, and I have 4 of them, and I write them over and over again. And then I journal. I take about a half hour, and I write about the day that I had the night before, or something that's weighing on my mind, or something I want to get out, or something I want to talk about, something I might want to blog about. So I journal for about a half hour, and then I start my day. I have my cup of tea. I get my day started. I wake up the kid. Well, I don't wake up the kids because it's the summer, but that'll happen next Thursday. And I really just try to get my day started on a good footing. Most of the time it works. Sometimes not so much. But really it's all about making the choice to make the change. And so, we have the ability to make choices in our lives. Good, bad, ugly, indifferent. Sometimes, most of the time, I like to think that they're for the best. And sometimes they're not. And we learn from those choices. We learn from the choices that we call mistakes. And so I don't consider them the wrong choice. I consider those learning opportunities. Recently, I saw a video about a girl who was talking, and she might have been the person who started Spanx. That's who it was. The girl who started Spanx. And she said when she was a kid, she would sit at the dinner table with her family, and her dad would ask her and her brothers, "What did you fail at today?" And they were like, "What are you talking about? Why do you want to talk about what we didn't do right today?" And he was like, "Because what are you going to learn from that? What are you going to learn from that failure? That failure, it's not bad. It's only in how you perceive it. It's all about looking at that failure and turning it into a positive change. You didn't do well on your test? Okay, so how are you going to do better next time? You had words with a friend and you feel bad about it. Well, what are you going to do to make that different, how to rectify that situation? You didn't put enough effort into whatever it is that you're doing next. Well, how are you going to fix that? So take those as learning opportunities, take them as growth opportunities, take them as just general everyday making yourself better opportunities. And I try to do that every single day. I try to learn something new every day, which lately I've been learning a lot every day, just by sheer having a business and trying to make it grow and meeting people and, networking and getting our stuff together. And here comes the crazy one with say good morning, everybody. No, you got nothing? You got nothing for the crowd today? You're watching your show? That's Elias, everyone. Oh, Jackie says, good morning, handsome. Say hi, Jackie. Say hi. Just say hi. Where's your words? He's such a weirdo. Anyway, I love him too. So that is my tip for you today. Embrace the change. Make change happen for you. Change is a good thing. Change is something that we should all really look forward to having in our lives. It's exciting. Sometimes it's scary, but most of the times it's exciting. And I think that we tend to let our fear take over sometimes, and we really shouldn't, because it does sound good, right? Sounds good, Elias says as he's walking away to go back inside. Sounds good, Mom. 2 thumbs up from the 4-year-old. So at least I know I'm appealing to the right audience. Oh my God, I can't believe you just said that. It's so funny. Okay, out of the mouths of babes. I mean, I can't, like, now I'm like totally lost my train of thought. He should be my sidekick. I feel like he should be my sidekick. Okay, so change. Embrace the change. Make change happen. Do something for you that is going to make you a little nervous. I, every day, wake up with, like, sheer panic. Because it's like, oh my God, what's going to happen to me today? But it's exciting panic. And it's like, how am I going to make today successful? And how am I going to make today work? And what great thing is going to happen to me? And to why am I yelling? And to my kids? And all that stuff today. And you know, I can't make it about how am I going to pay Jackie, or how am I going to, like, I know that I have those resources there, and I know that it all just works out in the end every single time. If you have the right mindset and you are doing all of the right things and you're working. I mean, like I was just saying to Carolina, who I was on the phone with prior to getting onto this, she's like, it's so hard to juggle your kids and your full-time job. And when it's your passion, you want to do it all the time. And I said, yeah, you do want to do it all the time. And so that's why you work until 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. And that's why you get up early. And that's why you arrange play dates where you can drop your kids off and have an hour or two, or you count the days on the calendar for school to start, because you know that you're going to get 6 hours of uninterrupted time to focus on your 3rd child or whatever number kid your job, your business is. But making the time to make a change every single day will create such great rewards for you in the end. Not even just monetarily. Like, the fulfillment that I get every single day from being able to help somebody, or offer some piece of advice, or direct them in a place where they didn't think to go to begin with, is greatly outweighs the money that's coming, and it is coming. And so I think if you have the right mindset and you're doing all the right things and taking all the right steps to make sure that you are, going to be successful in your business and successful in your life and at your job and with your family and with your friends and your relationships and your spouse and all the things that are important to you, then change should not be difficult, and it should not be scary. It should be exciting and embraced, because it's all good stuff happens when change happens. Pretty much all good stuff happens. Even if you don't see it immediately in front of your face, at the end of the line, when you are going through that part of your life or that instance or whatever it is that you're doing to make a change for the better, at the end of that, when you've completed that particular part of that journey, you will know why that had to happen. And you'll know that it was for a good reason, even when you don't think it's a good reason as you're going through it. Because I've been there. We've all been there. We've all had things like bad relationships, or, a hard time with our kids, or a death in the family, or, something that you're like, that is not the kind of change that you are happily going to embrace. But it's the kind of change that when you get through it and you get to the other side and you understand it and you've worked it out and you've talked to your friends and you've talked to your family and you've talked to the people that you hold dear in your heart, or even your coach. That's why we're here. And you've worked your way through it. You will know that change was there for a reason. That the universe is talking to you and guiding you through where you need to be at this particular time. That's what I got for today. That's my Tip Tuesday. embrace the change, you guys. Just embrace it. It's all good stuff. I hope that you have a fantastic Tuesday. We have been having ice cream almost every night, so I'm going to be like a gazillion pounds when I go back to New York next week. And we're probably going to do it again tonight because it's the last day of freedom for the Connecticut Friends. And we need to have like a little ice cream party. So that's it. I hope you guys have an awesome day. Happy 9 more days left until we go back to school. And I will see you back here tomorrow. Have an awesome day, you guys, and we'll see you soon. Bye.